The Desigo Insight SciTech preparation, okay, analysis of the SciTech project and plant graphics. Errors are documented or already solved, okay. This is a nice task, but this is hard work to find out what kind of error the Desigo Insight might have on a customer side and how to solve them. And then, okay, create the Desigo Insight web project. SciTech projects are correctly included, and then main project successfully compiled. So if this is all fulfilled, then basically you come to the point where you export those information. Yeah? We were always talking about exporting, and this is also the reason why we need Service Pack 2 of the Desigo Insight. So here you see project utility of the Desigo Insight, and Service Pack 2 has this feature, migration to the Desigo CC, okay? And if you select that feature, you're coming to a wizard, an export project wizard, and the first page, you got two options. Just to create a migration report only, with no other data. This might be necessary when you want to make an offer to the customer, basically. So you got an idea. You got there all information about the project, okay? And it helps the sales people in your organization to make an offer. Or you do the whole migration package. So it's not only the report, but the whole package. And you see down here, it creates you several folders and the system report. So this system report is created when you do this. And this system report is part of the whole migration package. So you're having several folders with data. Here, the graphics information, okay? And this graphics information, we will see that. It's in XML format. The subsystem data. So here are all export and CBIX files, text and trend views. So let's have a look. I'm now changing to the other screen. So I have here in our training data, there is a folder. It's going to be the same in your on your workstations. There's a Desigo Insight migration folder, and in here you will have this export data from Desigo Insight version 6.0 Service Pack 2. Okay, if you open that, so this is the zip file we were talking about. So this is what you get from a Desigo Insight export. It will be zipped in a container, and by unzipping those information, this is what you get basically. Okay, so a system report. If we open the system report, it contains a lot of information. And with this small project we are having, it has already 469 pages, but most of them, you know, you see here, it has a huge list of objects. It lists really every object we're using in the Desigo Insight. If this makes sense or no sense, I don't know. But so from page 198 to 469, you have just a list of all objects we were using in the Desigo Insight. But here you have project, licenses, sites, user groups, users, scopes, management stations, okay, SciTech, report, and so on. So many information. First of all, to be able to do an offer to your customer for the salespeople, okay, and then afterwards for you to be able to recreate the project. And if we go to the sites, So here we have, in our Desigo Inside project, we are having the FS20 site. So there was a Desigo Inside even having an FS20 integration we were using. And so here this is a very important information, okay? What kind of UDP port it is used in this project. And, sorry, where is the information? So FS20. Yeah, the devices and so on. Connection details, and then user groups, user administration, and so on and so on. So there are many information, but if we are now looking to the other folders like data, so log and trend information, but as I said, it's all exported it's all exported in XML format. So depending if you can read this, or you can use the same information from logs, coming here. I mean, certain information really doesn't make, it's hard to read in the XML format. Here, or let's say also the trends. Okay, you got an XML format here and a lot of CSV files. But right now, as I said, we can't use them. It's not usable. So if I'm going here to the trend view sections, for instance, you have here the list of online trend views first, and then a list of the trend database trend views. So it's better readable than using those format. If we go back, graphics, graphics, you see here that there is the information and the list of all symbols and Gini exported and graphic pages, okay, including like this here, in our case, this is a company logo we are using. So we might have used, let's say, top pages in the Desigo Inside where company logos has been entered, and all those information will be exported in our graphics container, graphics folder. And this content here, this graphics folder will be used for converting the pages, basically. Then in the subsystem data, you will find all site-related informations. FS20 CBIX file and the site CBIX file here, okay? So you will have site per site a folder containing all the controllers, the export data and the CBIX data, CBIX files data from the TRA projects. But before making this export, before creating an export, make sure you got all updated information in the Desigo Inside project. Okay, so create a backup to from those information to the Desigo Inside before you're doing that. Text, they are also the to-do text, okay, router text, they are created in XML format. We can't use them right now. And trend views also, all in XML format. But this is the part, the only part right now which is supported in converting or migrating is the graphics part, basically. And the system report for the information needed to recreate the users, user groups, and so on and so on. So coming back to this presentation, this is what you get when you select integration package, basically. This package here. Then next page of the wizard is basically, or the next option is to have a site selection, so you can define the amount of sizes you're going to export, and then the graphics pages, the site the graphics projects, and the trend log, the trend view, and you can at the end, before creating the whole package, export package, you can decide if the licensing information is included or not included or skipped, basically. The license information of the Desigo Insight. Then, so having this export file, we can start with the migration, basically. Okay. And so the green part can be used basically for the migration, and what is not possible to use in version 3 is what is shown as point 1, so the data, the text, and the trend views. But we can use the graphics, the subsystem data, and the system report, basically. And then in the Desigo CC, now this is the migration report. So having the information now here in the system report, we have to create now a network, basically. Recreate the project in the Desigo CC. I already, to save some time, I already created the Desigo CC project. Now I'm coming to this side here. We have prepared an own project, so today we are not anymore using the distributions projects we were using up to today, okay? We are using this Desigo Insight migration project. And I already started this project on all your working stations, so they are ready, basically. And I would like to show you a few things now. So I created a driver. So this is exactly the same workflow if you're integrating any kind of any PX project in the Desigo CC. So you need to start the driver first, okay, and then entering the information in here, basically. Then I created a field network. This is all described in the using that driver, of course. And here, Desigo PX, I mean XWP and Desigo PX and Desigo Insight, they are supporting sites. Okay. You know that the Desigo CC and site was a logical grouping of information in the whole BACnet network standard, basically. And site is Siemens proprietary, so it's not part of the BACnet standard in terms of networking technology. In BACnet, we know the BACnet Internet Network, and we know the BACnet network. Okay, but we don't know any sites. So you're having a customer with the Desigo Insight and having those site information. Okay, so they might be very used in most cases, having those sites in the Desigo Insight. So the question is now, in terms of the BACnet driver, which this is basically is the BACnet driver in the Desigo CC is actually the BACnet Internet Network in BACnet standard. Okay, so you need one per BACnet Internet Network you are having in the Desigo Insight. If you would have several ones, in terms of having large projects in the Desigo Insight, you need a BACnet driver. And now in the field network, you see I created here a site 01 PX, okay, for the site 01 I'm having in the Desigo Insight. Now the question is, from the technical point of view, you can insert all sites information in just one network in the Desigo CC. But is it that what the customer wants? The customer might want to see again the sites, also in the logical view. Okay, because if I'm switching now to the logical view, I got here now per each network I'm having a site. Okay, we're having just one site. Okay, I'm having per each site one specific site. So this is some things you have to talk to your customer. What he wants to see or not to see. Technically, you can integrate the sites into one network, or you create per site one network, one or the other.
So you want to increase the field network based on the site. The field network group you need to increase. If you have a site based, you have to give the information. Is it correct?
If you have two options, either to create a field network per site, so that the customer again sees the site's information in the logical view and also in the management view, or you import the sites into one network. But I guess probably many customers would want again to have the site information, separate. So when they're used to that, then it's probably best to use one network per site. No, sorry, for each site one network, one separate network, basically. In the driver, this is possible. I can create many networks per site, So the question is, to verify with the customer the way the network should be rebuilt in the Desigo CC. And then import the PX Classic and TRA devices, okay. and then verify if all functions are assigned to the plants, partial plants, aggregate, and components. Okay. Here important, if you do the import, if you're using a customized import rules because you're having a customized PX library, then of course use the same import rule also for this purpose. Okay. Then the next, and I have done this already. If I'm going now to management view, so I created, and this is part of the exercise you will be doing. I created an own user. Okay. An own user for this purpose. And in security, because I'm part of the administrator, okay, in the administrators user group, I enabled, because per default this is disabled, I enabled the Desigo Insight migration, graphics migration, and the Desigo graphics generator. Okay, I enabled them. This is important, otherwise you won't be able to do the graphics generation. So this is the next important step. And then here, before doing a graphics conversion, the question is, did you, in the Desigo Insight, you remember, it was possible to use and create a top page with company logos, with the customer's company logos and information, okay? And creating then, and using that top page to create all the graphics. This is also possible in the Desigo CC. In the Desigo CC, the top page, or no, not the top page, sorry, the template. I'm talking about the template, not the top page. I'm sorry. In the Desigo Insight, we were able to use the templates as a base, okay? And in the Desigo CC, this is called the base page, okay? So this is still possible to use. And I would like to show you how to use them now in the Desigo CC. So this is the part which I didn't prepare, because so far, everything, all those workflows, this is known as a, you know it from version 2.0 and version 2.1 of the Desigo CC. You know how to create the BACnet driver, how to do an import, and so on and so on. Now, let's talk about making a customized base page. So it's in the libraries, in the headquarter. There is building automation. We have here a node software, and in the software you see here there is the graphics migration, the Desigo graphics Insight migration. If you click on that, then we are having here the base graphics. So this is this base graphic, or in the Desigo Insight called template, okay? And now I want to customize this. I want to reuse them because I knew that in the Desigo CC and the Desigo Insight I was using a template, basically, template page. So I'm selecting the node here, and I have the option now to customize the library. And of course, because this is project specific, it will create me in the L4 project, it will create me now and give me the possibility to customize this base page. So this is done here. So in the L4 project level, I'm having this Desigo Insight graphic migration. And now I have to go back to the sample graphics here. Okay, I select the graphics and I go to edit. To edit this page, this base page, and now what I'm doing as first, I'm saving it now, and now I name it my base graphic page. Okay. I didn't do any changes so far, but I will first save it into the L4 software in here, in the basic. Okay, now it allows me to save it. So it is now saved in here. Wait a minute, where is it? Yeah, in here, exactly. And now I can start doing the changes, okay? So this one thing you have to think about, this is this anchor point. This anchor, I'm now switching to the other screen. So we have two symbols. One symbol is when you're using the migration tool, okay, and during the conversion, during the mapping table, if a symbol is not found, then you will find this symbol here. Okay, this means that not found symbols, you know, when you're migrating when you do the graphics migration, and for a certain symbol used in the Desigo inside, it wasn't able to find the mapping information in the headquarter delivered or regional company customized mapping table, you know, in this Excel file, then you will find this kind of symbol. This is one. And the other one is the anchor used in base graphics page. These are two things which you have to consider. Now, with this, I'm saying in the conversion that every Desigo inside graphic page will exactly start at this point, okay? So let's customize now this base page, basically. I'm now going to remove the page name. I'm going also to remove maybe this this kind of layout. I'm removing also the Siemens layout here. And I'm now using the export information I'm having here in the graphics, because I know that this is basically the company logo of the customer. Okay, so I'm replacing the logo of the customer, and this is one of the workflow which might be necessary, and the other is you have to now define the anchor, where the anchor is. Okay, so in my case, I will put now the anchor not here, just to give you an idea how this is working in afterwards, but I'm putting in here, okay? So now every Desigo inside page being converted into a Desigo CC page, it will start here, creating the page format, okay? I save this as my save page. Yeah, I will overwrite the existing page. Okay, and this is basically the preparation you have to do before you start the conversion, because when we do then the conversion of the graphic pages, you will see that it is possible to select the base page or not. Depending on the situation you are having, basically. So before doing the conversion, okay, the best result you get by converting graphic pages is that you import first the databases, so the subsystem databases, and you might have to change the base pages, basically.